Good morning, I'm Mary Morrison. If you are just waking up on this Tuesday, welcome to GMA.
Yes, so glad you are with us. I'm Chris Kane, and coverage you can count on begins with your WJBF school report. This morning is a bittersweet day for some residents of Martinez. One of the oldest elementary schools in the CSRA is about to be gone forever. Barkley Bishop joins us with more.
Yeah, Chris, this sign says it all, as Martinez Elementary will be nothing but rubble in just a few hours when it meets the wrecking ball. But there is promise of a better future for students who were to attend here. With more students residing in the county, Columbia County had to build a new, bigger school in its place to make room for the growing population. Now, the new school is expected to open here in August of 2014. In the meantime, students and staff will be going to the old Bel Air Elementary School. Coming up, we talked to one local teacher who weighs in on the decision to tear down Martinez Elementary. Chris, Mary, back to you.
Also in our school report, Willis Foreman Elementary School PTA Treasurer Monique Braswell is expected to hold a press conference today to clear her name. She was accused of mishandling PTA funds. Braswell is holding the conference to go over an audit of PTA funds from the state PTA treasurer. She'll be in front of the Board of Education offices today at 3 p.m. Now to a developing story out of Denmark, South Carolina. We know the name of a man whose body was found over the weekend. The Bamberg County coroner says the person is 20-year-old Archie Baldwin. At this time, we do not know how he died or if foul play is suspected. A day of wedded bliss ends in tragedy. An Augusta man died in a car crash just hours after his wedding. This morning, his new bride is fighting for her life, and today the groom's mother is looking for answers. Our Dee Griffin has more.
Days after planning her son's wedding, Brenda Earhart is planning her son's funeral.
They've known one another for 28 years, and they've always been friends, always, but they finally got together.
Hours later, death tore them apart. Saturday night, Brian Orzechowski and his new wife, Crystal Krentler, were traveling on Washington Road to their honeymoon location. According to the driver of an SUV, Orzechowski's car went into the SUV's path in the opposite lane. The two vehicles crashed, ending Orzechowski's life and short marriage while opening up a lot of questions.
How they can figure my son went over to the other lane when his car was on this side of the road.
As she searches for answers, she turns to these reminders of her son for sources of comfort. The 35-year-old retired from the Army last year after serving more than 3 tours in Iraq. He was the father of 2 boys and from a close-knit family. His nephew Brian Lorman remembers Orzechowski as a hero.
We had gotten in the pool. I accidentally got too far. First, Christian got me to where I could stand, and Brian helped me out.
While preparing to bury her son, Brenda Earhart is also trying to bury rumors that Brian Orzechowski was driving drunk after his wedding.
Everybody that was there said he wasn't drunk. He had a beer he nursed all day long. He had a glass of champagne with his baby brother and a glass of champagne with his wife. That's all. Over an 8-hour period.
As family members try to come to terms with their loss, they are remembering all the love gained during his lifetime.
And he said, Mama, he says, everybody always has a best man. He said, but I want you to stand there beside me because you're my best friend.
Investigators say the driver of the SUV was driving with a suspended license. He also had an open container of alcohol in his car. Charges are pending.
Coming up on 6 after the hour, let's check in again with Ed in the Severe Weather Center for your weather on the 6s. Hi, Ed.
Hi, good morning, Mary. Good morning, Chris. A relatively quiet start to the day this Tuesday. Of course, remember this time yesterday we were talking about that flash flood that occurred in Aiken and southern Edgefield County. But this morning, again, a much more quiet start out there. Take a look at the current numbers. We got upper 60s and low 70s across the region this morning under just some scattered cloud cover at this time. Really not too bad. It is a little bit muggy out there. You look over the southeast, over the Tuesday, and we do have, again, just some high pressure that is starting to settle in here. All of the rain and shower activity now offshore, but we could see an isolated shower pop up later on this afternoon. Other than that, the commuter forecast looking good. 70 for this morning. Watch out for some patchy fog in the low-lying areas. It's going to be a much warmer day with more sunshine, all the way up to 90 degrees on this Tuesday. Guys, rain chances not done yet this week. We start to see those rain chances increase tomorrow, and we're going to time it all out for you coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Ed, we'll see you in a bit.
And now we take a look at what Augusta city leaders are working on today. Today, Augusta commissioners are expected to discuss the future of the Skittles nightclub. Now, according to the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, Skittles on Gordon Highway allowed more than 20 teens inside, offered adult entertainment that resulted in a male stripper and a 16-year-old dancing together in the nude. The Sheriff's Office wants the business license revoked, but a commission committee has recommended suspending that license for 30 days. The business also would be placed on probation. Also today, Augusta commissioners are set to vote on whether or not to spend $300,000 for a planning study of the old Sibley and King mills. Now, the city is trying to convince Georgia Regents University and the Board of Regents to turn the mills into dorms and classrooms. And though GRU has not said okay to the proposal, Mayor Copenhaver is still pushing for it. Let's talk some trash now. Some Augusta residents are not pleased with the city's new garbage service. Service is now 1 day a week, which is not going over well in many city neighborhoods. Those worried about overflowing trash bins can get another can, however, that would cost an extra $124 a year. Some say that is not an option.
I can't do it. It's not worth it. You know, 2 days a week is better.
Yeah, they should cut the price. I mean, if they're only going to do 1 day a week, yeah, cut the price in half. But if you don't cut the price in half, then go back to your 2 days.
Now, commissioners are expected to talk about that trash service at today's meeting. The city administrator recommends the city stay with the 1 day a week service.
Well, as Ed has mentioned this week, hurricane season is officially here, and today the DOT and half a dozen Palmetto State agencies will participate in a lane reversal drill. They'll practice what crews would do to reverse the lanes of certain roads and highways to get people away from the coast faster.
If an evacuation does ever take place, that way we'll already have our plan in place and everybody will know what their assignment is for that day.
And during the drill, everyone involved will be in place where they would be if it were the real thing. They'll do everything except actually block traffic and reverse lanes.